Hey, good afternoon or good morning, good evening, everyone. This is Ferd with another comic book market report for you guys for October 2nd, 2025. It's a little late, but I am pretty busy this week, so I do apologize. I appreciate everyone's support. If you guys could do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to all of your friends. I'll keep doing these videos. Otherwise, yeah, but let's get into it. I have about 10 books today, so we will see what I got for on tap for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy this report. All right, first off, Invincible number 31. I don't know if this is like actually 31. It looks like 61 to me, but I thought this was an interesting sale. I feel like it's a foreign book, which with the format on top, I believe it is. But sick cover. I think this is about half the price of 61. 35 bucks for a near mint copy I feel is a steal. I don't know if Invincible is going to hold up in the future as far as like, is this just like it took a long time for Invincible to kind of catch up to what's actual value is, or is it more that these could fall without any like news coming out? I don't know. I think it's a great franchise to collect if you find these in back issue bins. You know, pick them up right now. They're still white hot. It has come down a little bit, but I think it's here to stay for the moment and the time being. Next up, I thought this was kind of an interesting one. If you guys haven't seen Marvel Zombies yet, you'll understand why I thought this was a cover to get or a book to get. Immortal Hulk number 25, the Virgin variant in 9/8. You guys remember when Immortal Hulk and Venom, the Donny Cates run, which is the hottest books specifically just for reading. I mean, I know there was like option news and all that, speculation, but it's a good time to read books, man. Late 2000 or right before the pandemic, that's when I got back into collecting and specking and all that. But 258 98 JSA authenticated by Virgin by Alex Ross. This was I think this book was like 250 to 500 raw when it came out. It was a 1 in 50, I want to say. That's incorrect. Let me know. There was a trade dress for this. I do remember when these books were coming out, the trade dresses were getting Virgins. And that's kind of when that whole kind of, do I spend extra money on the Virgin? Does the trade dress look better? It was kind of like, I don't know. But this one pops though for a Virgin for sure. And I'm curious if this isn't the book to get because of Marvel Zombies, or if people are just catching up. I guess time will tell. We'll see. But if you haven't watched Marvel Zombies yet, watch it. It was such a good show. Next up, Hello Darkness, cover F, the 1 in 10 variant. 20 bucks for this Virgin goodness. This is my cover of the year, cover 2025 cover of the year. It's just a beautiful piece of art and super spooky. I paid 10 bucks for this book, and to me, it's worth 100. I want to get it signed and graded, but you're still on the hunt for this one, potential 2025 cover of the year book, then you're going to get a pretty good deal on it, 20 bucks, and they come in really clean too. You guys know I'm all about like long-term spec, but Pokemon, the first movie animation comics, $478.90 for a 9.4, signed by, I have no idea, but it was JSA authenticated. For me, this is long-term. I think 500 bucks ain't bad for a 9.4. This is going to be really tough to get in a 9.8 in general, just because it's Pokemon. Not a lot of kids were taking care of these books, but nonetheless, this is a great book to have. 500 bucks is a little rich, but I get the sentiment, I get the grade, and I like high grade Pokemon comics for the long term. Obviously, with everything going Pokemon, it's a good bet to go after. Next up, we have Futurama number 1 at 9.8. But before I get into this book, just want to thank everyone for their support. Hit that like button, subscribe to all your friends about the show. I'll keep doing these videos. This newsstand goodness from Bongo Comics came in at 500 bucks and a 9.8. It'd be interesting to see some of these older like animation type of properties that have kind of hit Gen Z, if they'll hold value throughout the years. But I think if you're looking for Futurama, this is not a bad $500. It could be double in the next 10 years or so. Not that you're gonna buy multiple copies of this, but it's one of the last newsstands in that era of newsstands. But to me, right now the sale's a little high, but I understand like the sentiment. This could double in a couple years if Futurama just kind of nostalgia hits it. It's definitely a PC item for someone who does love the Futurama comic books or the properties. So I do respect it, though. It's not for me. So again, kind of hitting on Miss Marvel, or sorry, Marvel Zombies. I wanted to see what properties or what characters may have like bumped up a little bit. So it's Miss Marvel 2, the Bubble Yum variant is what I like to call it. Shout out to Long Story Short. He is a lover of bubblegum comic books. But yeah, 98 for so for $900. I remember this was like, in the four-figure kind of realm, but it's still holding up. I think what this has going for it, it's a great cover. It's not a very highly ordered Miss Marvel book. It's not a tough 98, but I don't see a ton of 98s go out for sale. So I gotta believe that people that have this book are bubblegum advocates and they're just pure collectors of the property. I really do like it though. Great sale. Blade number 10, the Vampire Hunter, one of the ugliest last issue and Dracula covers I've ever seen. But I don't know, man. It's got that Labubu effect on me where I just, ugly is kind of cool. I have one. I don't know if I'm going to grade it. It's a direct edition, but these don't really hold up very well. The paper's very weak on these comics. But $39.99 for a near mint, I respect it. But man, that's such an ugly cover. I do like it though, for whatever reason. It's Dracula. Oops, wrong way. And last but not least, to top it off, again, this is my Marvel Zombie spec, Tomb of Dracula number 10, 9.0 signed. I think I would buy this and get signed by Wesley Snipes, but 9.0 for around $1,000, that's a really great price for me. 98s are just really expensive, and I don't really care too much about the high grade. Of course, I want it, but for $1,000, I mean, I would love owning this. This is something I would want to own, even though Blade is like done, and for I guess the time being, it's still going to be one of those great comics properties characters to have in your collection. And I like this sale for sure, especially after the Marvel Zombies event that just happened. So that's your report for today. Hope you guys all have a great week. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Under 10 minutes today. Let's see if we get those views up. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.